when they work after Mr. Singh. Where, where Mr.
Aiden. Aiden's brother, Aiden's sister. Oh, that's Jay. That's not his son. That's Sarah. Jay is his friend.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Raffles American School graduation ceremony for the class of 2026. My name is Mr. Jonah Safer, and I'm honored to serve as one of your masters of ceremony for today's graduation. As members of the Raffles American School community, we gather today to celebrate not only the achievements of our graduates, but also the many people who've supported them along the way. At this time, please join me in welcoming our dedicated faculty as they enter the auditorium. These teachers have given their time, care, and commitment to support our students throughout their learning journey. Let us show our appreciation for their hard work and dedication. Faculty, you may be seated. Faculty, you may be seated.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, faculty, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Welcome to this year's Raffles American School graduation ceremony. My name is Mrs. Megan Nenke, and I'm honored to serve as your other Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. Today, we are gathered in the Raffles American School Auditorium in Malaysia to recognize a truly meaningful milestone. During their time as Raptors, our graduates have grown as learners, leaders, friends, and members of an international community. They have developed resilience, independence, and a global perspective that will continue to guide them in the years ahead.
We would like to recognize the senior XCOM advisors, Ms. Mei Lee, Mr. Renante Sison, and Ms. Shida Swari, and senior XCOM student leaders, Chloe Laurel, Aiden Lee, Yeha Guan, and Hamza Mahmoud Shuman, for your leadership and attention to detail. You've helped to really make this celebration possible. To our graduates, today is a celebration of your perseverance, your growth, your accomplishments, and the bright futures ahead of you. We will now begin with the snare march and the presentation of our flag bearers.
Thank you to our student performers and flag bearers. A special thank you also goes to our RAS band members, directed by Mr. Alfie Gonzalez, for performing Pop and Circumstance. Everyone, please rise to welcome the class of 2026. Please remain standing for the national anthems of Malaysia and the United States of America. At Raffles American School, we honor both our host country and the country that guides our system of education. The anthems will be performed by RAS band members.
You may now be seated. Thank you to Mr. Gonzalez and our wonderful band. It's now our honor to welcome Ms. Sarah McRoberts, Secondary School Principal. Ms. McRoberts has supported the class of 2026 throughout this important year and has worked closely with students, faculty, and families to guide our secondary school community. Please join us in welcoming Ms. Sarah McRoberts for the opening remarks.
Good afternoon, graduates, families, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, and members of the Raffles American School community. It is my honor to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2026. Today is one of those rare moments in a school year where time seems to pause. To our families and faculty, thank you. Graduation may place our seniors at the center of the ceremony, but we know they did not arrive here alone. Behind each graduate are people who encouraged them, challenged them, believed in them, and walked alongside them each chapter of their journey. Your support has helped make today possible. And to the class of 2026, today we celebrate you. We celebrate your accomplishments, your growth, your friendships, your resilience, and the unique mark you have left on RAS. Each of you has had your own path to this day. Together, those moments have shaped who you are now. Our theme today is a new dawn, and I think it is a fitting one for graduation. A dawn is a beginning. It is the first light after a long night. It does not reveal the entire day at once, but it gives us enough glimpse to take the next step. Emily Dickinson once wrote, "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul." I love that image for today because hope is not loud or demanding. It is not always arriving with certainty or a clear map. Sometimes hope is quiet. It is the small voice that says, "Keep going." It is the belief that there is more ahead, even when the path is not fully visible. Class of 2026, as you step into this new dawn, you do not need to have every answer. You do not need to know exactly where the road would lead. What you carry with you matters. Your character, your curiosity, your courage, your relationships, and your ability to keep learning. Seniors, when you leave this stage, look forward with confidence. Remember the habits and the values that you have learned here, and they will serve you well. On behalf of the Raffles American School, congratulations to the class of 2026.
Graduates, you can be seated. Thank you, Ms. McRoberts. We are now honored to welcome our superintendent, Dr. Alexander Pethin. Dr. Pethin will share a message of awareness and reflection with our graduates and community. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Dr. Alexander Pethin to the stage.
Good afternoon, parents, faculty, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the incredible class of 2026. It is a great honor to speak for such a unique class. Your character and accomplishments will not be soon forgotten. Raffles American School will now serve as your launchpad to universities in North America, Europe, Australia, Asia, and even Egypt. As you prepare to take this leap, you're probably receiving a flood of conflicting advice. It's what us adults like to do. On one hand, some will tell you, as my Spanish colleagues say, si a Roma fueres, haz lo que vieres. Or, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Adapt, blend in, and adopt the customs of your new home. On the other hand, friends and family may urge you to never change. Stay true to your roots. Hold fast to who you are. At first glance, these two ideas are in total opposition. How can you assimilate into a brand new culture and context while remaining entirely unchanged from who you are at this very moment? The secret to navigating this aspect and this major chapter of your lives lies within careful awareness of and reflection upon how these two mindsets can actually complement each other. They are not mutually exclusive. They are two parts of a successful, meaningful, and happy life. I'll first speak about the art of adaptation and awareness. When you arrive at your respective communities next semester, whether that takes you to a snowy campus in Boston, bustling London, or afternoons on Bondi Beach, of course, after a long day of studying, you will need to adapt. This is an exercise in cultural and personal awareness. It requires you to listen before you speak, to observe and clarify your thinking, to understand the traditions, struggles, and values of your new community. It means learning the local slang, the taboos, and opening your mind to different viewpoints, ideas, and behaviors. If you refuse to do so, you close yourself off to personal growth and the wonders of our human civilization. You miss the chance to let the world expand your horizons. Opportunities fade away. I'll now address the anchor of identity that never change. This is where honest reflection becomes vital. When in Rome dictates how you engage with the world, but never change dictates how you engage with yourself. Never lose the core values of community, respect, and resilience that you cultivated right here at RAS and within your families. Do not blend in so completely that who you are disappears. And believe me, it will be tempting to do this just to fit in. Your future university classrooms and friendship groups do not need carbon copies of the latest pop culture trends. They desperately need your voice, your ideas, and your personality. They need your perspective as someone who understands the intersection of Eastern and Western thought. If you spend all your time trying to fit in, the world misses out on the distinct brilliance of who you are. So what's one to do? I suggest the perfect blend, which requires awareness and honest reflection. True maturity is the ability to hold these two truths in balance. It is about having the flexibility to adopt outward behaviors and understand new perspectives without compromising your internal character or identity. Now, my family background consists of all farmers, and as such, I grew up planting large gardens every spring. So I'll use the following analogy to capture this idea. AP Bio students, I hope you appreciate this, and also all you gardeners out there. Think of it like a seedling. A seedling must sway in the wind to survive. Waving back and forth strengthens the stem. Without this, it will fall over and wither away, disappear. However, too much wind, and the stem will break. become disconnected from its roots, it also will wither away and disappear back into the soil. That wind is your community affecting you, forcing you to adapt to your new context. You need it to become stronger and grow. Too much wind, and you will become detached from your roots. Not good. The awareness to adapt and become stronger in the wind is crucial, as is the honest reflection required for your roots and stem to hold firm. You must have both to survive and flourish. And now your charge moving forward, graduates, as your superintendent, this is my final directive. Go out there and master this balance. Bend, but don't break. Change when it's smart to do so. Wisely expand your mind, but protect your soul, because there are many forces out there just dying to capture them. Be flexible enough to learn from your surroundings, but be strong enough to never compromise your morals. Carry the warmth of Malaysia, the memories of RAS, and the confidence of your heritage wherever you go. I'll conclude by saying, you always have a home at Raffles American School. You have made your mark. Your teachers and your family have invested so much into your success. While it is you who is graduating, your journey is also a part of all our journeys. Your success is our success. Your happiness is our happiness. And I wish you all the best in pursuit of both. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Pathan. At this time, please direct your attention to the screen for an interview video featuring members of the class of 2026.
Is comfortable,
Self-dependent. Practical. Endurance.
friendly,
Fashionable. Perseverance.
self-reliant, pride, leadership,
Sanguine. Patient.
self-study,
Creativity.
unstoppable, calm, positive, communication,
Adaptable.
Confident,
acceptance,
Leadership.
self-confidence,
mature.
Brave. Resilient.
Boarding life, meeting the superintendent.
Yapping in interesting math problems CCA, chemistry lab, the Bangkok band trip.
Every field trip taken.
I set up the table tennis CCA.
study hall and soccer,
The JSAC tournament and our Sarawak trip. Explore week. Playing football and being in Miss May's class. Bangkok band trip. Football, JSAC, and straights.
Explore week, Bangkok trip.
Participating in the interesting math problem CCA.
the GSAC cross-country tournament,
Play basketball with my friends. Of course, the Expo Week.
The Straits Tournament 2025.
Soccer tournament in Phuket.
Explore Week. Friday Night Lights.
Band performances.
Soccer tournament. Drumline with Mr. Kim.
Grade 6.
Other trips.
Definitely sports and music field trips.
1 year's basketball team.
Boarding life. Bangkok trip. Soccer tournament. Grade 6.
It was a musical trip.
It's now my pleasure to introduce our faculty speaker, Miss Mei Lee. Miss Lee serves as a senior XCOM advisor and Mandarin Chinese teacher. She's supported our students not only in their academic learning, but also in their growth as leaders, communicators, and members of the school community. The class of 2026 selected Miss Lee for this honor because it reflects the meaningful relationship she has built with students and the respect they have for her guidance. Please join us in welcoming Miss Mei Lee, who will share her address, The Weight of Small Things.
Good morning, everyone, principal, teachers, and my dear seniors. First of all, thank you for voting me as a faculty speaker today. I feel truly honored and very grateful to stand here on your important day. To be honest, there are many teachers who are more qualified than me, and I'm just simply the lucky one. Among the 36 of you all, a quarter of you I have known you since you are in elementary school or middle school years. And half of you, we work together through the class project or our graduation preparation with Ms. Shida and Mr. Ren. To me, it really feels like watching my kids grow up. From the day you come to me for advice until today, we can sit down, have discussion as equal, and work as a partner. Standing here today, I don't have many big theory to share with you. I just want to simply say thank you. Thank you for being part of my life for so many years. We share many serious moments in the class, but also many funny ones, like how to become prettier, how to lose weight. So all these moments seems very small and simple, but after today, you leave me, they will carry a very deep meaning and complicated feeling. We have spent a long time together, long enough to understand each other very well. I saw you staying up late for exam, you're tired, you're stressed, and your eyes are red. And you saw me reminding you to attend the senior prom, senior activity, bring your attire. I talked so much until my eyes are red too. And you saw me from the beginning of the year trying to lose weight, keep diet, and you eat lunch in front of me every day, bite after bite. I can only watch and smell. I'm not sure I truly care of you, or I'm just jealous, and I start to nagging you to eat balanced and keep your diet. Maybe one day, when you stand on the weighing machine, you found that your body fat percentage and muscle is imbalanced, and you will suddenly think of my face. Of course, as your teacher, sometimes I make you frustrated and a little bit angry. You thought your handwriting is very nice, and I took the eraser and erased everything of your hard work. You thought getting a 4 in AP Chinese is good enough, and I tell you 5 is our minimum, and our average score had to be top world ranking. When you secretly watch movie in my class and I caught you, before I even do anything, you raise up your hand and defend yourself. Parents, this kind of chemistry between of us, maybe you're jealous at me as well. So today, I just want to say thank you for accepting me, who am I. After hearing all this, many of you will think, we have a very close relationship. But actually, that's all. If you want more, I might not able to make it up. Before I end, I would like to share 2 small reminders with my senior and everyone here. First, students today are very different with my generation. In the past, we do not have much, but we learn to appreciate what we have and use the limited resource to chase our dream. And today, many of you have 80% of what you need in your life, and yet you focus on the 20% you don't have and let the 20% stop you moving forward. So I hope in the future you have the brave to take action. You don't need to wait until everything is perfect before you begin, but you have to begin. Then you will have the opportunity to improve. Because only when you start, the problems will appear. And only when the problems appear, you can find the solution. Second, in Chinese we say, 三人行必有我师焉. It means that is any group of people, there is always someone you can learn from. In your journey, you will meet people who may not as wealthy, knowledgeable, outstanding, or good looking as you. But still, there is always something you can learn from them. Keep an empty cup mindset. Learning is the same thing, have to stay humble. Don't rush to prove that you are already the best. We do not learn because we are not good enough. We learn because we believe we can become even better. So always learn from others and only compare yourself with who you were yesterday. Because the moment you believe you are already the best, that is the ceiling of your understanding and achievement. Only when we see others' strength and then you can find your space to improve. Finally, I hope one day in the future, I will see you in a famous magazine, on an international stage, and I will be the one listening to you, watching you. Then it will be my turn to be your student. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. Graduates, as you prepare to move forward into the next chapter of your lives, we invite you to pause and look back on the memories, friendships, and experiences that have shaped your time at Raffles American School. Please enjoy the Class of 2026 memory video.
What's wrong? You've been asking, but I don't have an answer. How come? I'm still thinking, let's pretend to fall asleep now. When we get old, will we regret this? Too young to think about all that. And stalling only goes so far when you've got a head start. 'Cause we could stay at home and watch the sunset. But I get up from asking, are you bored yet? And if you're feeling lonely, you should tell me before this ends up as another memory. Will you tell the truth so I don't have to lie? Will you tell the truth so I don't have to lie?
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Last first day of high school. Last 3, 2, 1. Last first day of school.
Now? Wait, why aren't you?
Last first day of school.
So there's gonna be.
Last but 3, 2, 1. Last first day of high school. It will never change, baby. It will never change.
Last first day of high school. Yeah.
We are now pleased to introduce a special musical performance prepared for today's ceremony by Aiden Kitchington, Aiden Lee, Peng Hong Lee, Jae Hyun An, Ella Choi, Wei Yan La, and Yari Pong. This performance is a celebration of the talent, creativity, and spirit of our graduating class. Please join us in welcoming our student performers. This year, Raffles American School is proud to recognize 2 valedictorians for the class of 2026. These 2 outstanding young women have achieved exceptional academic excellence through 2 rigorous pathways, advanced placement and the International Baccalaureate. Their dedication, resilience, and commitment to learning represent the very best of RAS. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our first class of 2026 valedictorian, Aaliyah Helbringer Escobar. Please join me in welcoming Aaliyah to the stage.
Good afternoon, parents, faculty, and fellow classmates. I'm honored to be standing here representing the best generation yet, the class of 2026. When I first arrived, I didn't realize how defining my time here would be, or just how much these past 2 years shaped and changed me into who I am today. And the truth is, I don't think there is a moment when you suddenly realize you've changed. Because if I'm being honest, if you had asked me when I first got here whether I would stand here today and say that this place changed me, I probably wouldn't believe you. When I arrived at Raffles, I expected the hard parts to be the academics, the pressure, the expectations, the standards. And those were definitely there. But what I didn't expect was how alone it would initially feel. As the only IB student, I walked into almost every class by myself, except for English. Thanks, Ping Hong. Besides that, there were no familiar faces, no built-in groups, just me trying to figure out where I fit. And in a place where it feels like everyone already had their people, that stays with you. Because belonging is more than just being surrounded by people. It's about feeling like you're a part of something bigger. And at the start, I wasn't sure I was. But change doesn't happen all at once. It doesn't announce itself. It happens in small moments you don't think about twice at a time. Like the 5 minutes of passing in my first week of school, when I walked into the bathroom and Judy approached me, without me knowing how that would lead me to some of my most important friendships today. And I know we all complain about 5 minutes not being enough. But when you walk around the hallways and see everyone deep in conversation, you realize just how significant these 5 minutes can be. Miss Begum knows best, because those 5 short minutes must have felt like a lifetime when Huyen and I couldn't stop telling her about all of our life problems. And there were other moments too, small ones, the kind that only make sense looking back. So many of us sitting in the parent lounge, eating noodles and drinking coffee, procrastinating the work we said we would finish, promising to start our next task in 5 minutes and have a productive study hall. It sounds small, but I think those are the details that will come back to us years from now when we least expect it. A big part of belonging, even though we may not have realized it at the time, were all of our classes. Our teachers didn't just teach. They noticed, they supported, they pushed, they stayed despite us being tired or turning in the work late. For me, Miss May was one of those people. She wasn't just my teacher. She went above and beyond, and also made sure I didn't fail Chinese. 谢谢老师. I remember the specific moment I realized that. At a time when I was unsure if I would even pass my final exam, Miss May came back a week early from her break just to teach me the same things over and over again. And I think if we're being honest, all of us had someone like that. Someone who made this place feel a little less intimidating and a little more like somewhere we could belong. But it wasn't just these moments that changed us. It was everything in between. And while not every part of our experience here was easy or even fair, we learned how to keep going anyways. The stress of IB, the 100 assignments, the exams, the constant feeling of not quite knowing what you are doing. For me, it took multiple doses of prescribed Adderall, an unreasonable number of Coke Zeros, incredible amounts of patience, and probably too much Netflix just to keep going. And I think we all had our equivalent. The thing we reached for at 2 in the morning when the work wasn't done and the deadline wasn't moving. Because even though our paths look different, we all shared the same feeling. Unprepared, unsure, doing it anyway. Like Yari with his VHS and Archie with his entrepreneurial success. And somewhere in all of that, something shifted. Not in a way you could point to, but in the small things. Extracurricular activities played a huge role in many of our lives. Whether that was sharing the field with your friends, like it was for me, shout out to Ellie and Noah, working together through math problems, or creating choreographies in dance. And I think that was part of what made the hard parts survivable. Because those spaces weren't just activities. They were where we found each other, where the stress of the week became something you processed side by side instead of alone. It wasn't the big milestones that made Raffles feel like home. It was the relationships we all formed in the process. And I think that's what Raffles gave us. Not just an education, not just achievements, although we are very grateful for all of that, but something harder to define. The experience of walking into something unfamiliar, feeling completely out of place, and slowly, without even realizing it, finding your footing. Because if you had asked me back then, I would have told you I was just trying to get through it, just trying to adapt, to keep up, to fit in. But I didn't think I was changing. Standing here now, I think that's the point. We don't notice it when it's happening. We don't see it in the moment. So when do you realize you've changed? Maybe it's not when things get easier. Maybe it's when you look around and realize that something that once felt so unfamiliar, so uncomfortable, now feels like something you'll actually miss. Somehow, we all ended up here, with more knowledge than any of us expected, and experiences that will stay with us for a lifetime. We may not feel stronger, more certain, or even more capable than we were before, but I think in many ways we are. Not because we have everything figured out, but because we keep going anyways. And I think that's the thing to hold on to as we leave. Not a plan, not certainty, not the feeling of being ready. Just the knowledge that we have done this before. We walked into something unfamiliar and we found our way. We didn't notice it happening, but somehow we changed. And I think the same things will happen again. In whatever comes next, the new cities, the new classrooms, the new places where it feels like everybody already has their people. Even if we don't feel ready, even if we don't notice it in the moment, we will grow into it and we will find our way, just like we did here. So to the class of 2026, not just congratulations for making it, but for making it in the way you did. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaliyah. It is now my pleasure to welcome our second class of 2026 valedictorian, Yeha Kwan. Please join me in welcoming Yeha to the stage.
Good afternoon, peers, faculty, guests, and parents. When I first began drafting for this speech, I kept thinking about a quote from my all-time most listened artist on Spotify, SZA. Kill the urge to be chosen, choose yourself. When I first came across this quote, I assumed it was talking about confidence, the kind of self-assuredness that requires no one but yourself. The last 2 years here at Raffles, however, made me realize that learning to choose yourself becomes much easier when you're surrounded by people who aren't afraid to show you that you matter. That's what the community at our school has done for me, for us. I think a lot of people, including myself, often feel pressured to adhere to how other people define accomplishments or success. We worry when our achievements aren't cookie-cutter perfect. We worry when they aren't validated, announced, or accepted by others. But at this school, I was surrounded by people who saw my worth, even when it wasn't competition material nor perfect. Within the classrooms, teachers were there to encourage us. Just a few months ago, I received my first failing score on an AP Physics unit test, like a lot of you on the stage can relate to, probably. I panicked, I cried, and sent an email asking for help to my teacher, Mr. Malik. Even after a few other disappointing test scores, he wrote in his response that he believed that I could do so much better by the way I worked through my assignments. He saw the potential in me when I couldn't see it myself, challenged me to not only seek answers, but to fully comprehend what I was doing, and was always willing to help our class in any way he could. As a result, I've grown from swearing I'd never take a physics class again in my life, to considering pursuing a future in engineering. And it wouldn't have been possible without him someone who reminded me that my score cannot define who I am or who I can be. Beyond the classrooms, we sought comfort in one another. We found it in friends who stayed up with us during exam weeks and reassured us that we would pass them no matter what. We found it in teammates who helped us laugh off a brutal loss or a particularly tough practice. We found it in classmates who celebrated our achievements wholeheartedly. In that way, school became a place where we could lean on through failures and losses, somewhere where we could rejoice in our growth and accomplishments, big or small. Because accomplishments don't always need to be obvious. It can look like raising your hand for the first time in class, finding the courage to ask for help and show up for office hours, finishing a mile for the first time in PE, regardless of how fast you ran. Sometimes, simply believing that you and your journey matters, no matter what, can be an accomplishment on its own. Personally, the community here at Raffles transformed me for the better. It taught me that success doesn't have to be something that earns validation from others, but rather makes me feel proud of who I am. And this is something that I'll carry far beyond high school or graduation. As we leave this auditorium, we'll step into a world that will constantly demand that we prove ourselves. It may become difficult for us to not compare our accomplishments, dreams, and progress to those of others. But thanks to the supportive community that we found here, we'll be able to remind ourselves that we do not need to be chosen by others, that our aspirations and achievements do not have to match the expectations of others for them to matter. And so I would like to extend my gratitude to the following people. To friends and classmates, thank you for all the laughter, memories, and kindness that has helped us be present today on this stage. And a special thank you to my friend Ellie, who could not be present on the stage today with us. Ellie, thank you for doing the impossible and making me laugh during calculus. To teachers, staff, and family, thank you for believing in us until we became capable of doing so too. Class of 2026, I hope we never forget the support that was extended to us that has helped us come this far. And I hope we never forget to extend the same kind of comfort to those who need it in the future. Lastly, let us not forget. Kill the urge to be chosen, choose yourself. Thank you and congratulations, Class of 2026.
Thank you, Yeha. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to one of the most anticipated moments of today's ceremony, the presentation of diplomas. Each diploma represents years of hard work, perseverance, growth, and achievement. It also represents the support of families, teachers, classmates, and the wider Raffles American School community. I would now like to invite Dr. Alexander Pethin and Ms. Sarah McRoberts to the stage for the presentation of diplomas. Graduates, when your name is called, please proceed to the stage. Row 1, please stand. Shinjia Shu. Shinjia is planning to attend University of Malaya and majoring in business. Jiashin Deng. Jiashin will be attending Monash University, Australia, and majoring in occupational therapy. Aliyah Hellbringer Escobar. Aliyah is planning to study medicine in Italy. Eva Callista Stein. Eva is planning to attend Taylor's University and major in psychology. Yu-Chi Cho. Yu-Chi is planning to attend the Hong Kong Polytechnic University and majoring in accounting and finance. Darshini Dharmalingam. Darshini will be attending University of Sydney and majoring in neuroscience. Shuang Shi. Shuang is planning to attend the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign and major in computer science. Wei Yan La. Wei Yan will be attending University of Leeds and majoring in Foundation of Business, Law, and Social Studies. Jiwoo Yi. Jiwoo is planning to study Hispanic languages and literature in South Korea. Yeha Kwan. Yeha will be attending University of Waterloo and majoring in computer science and applied mathematics. Ye Sol Kong. Ye Sol will be attending University of Toronto and majoring in life science. So-Yun Choi. So-Yun is planning to attend Monash University, Malaysia, and majoring in business. Row 1, please be seated. Row 2, please stand. Noah Yoon. Noah will be attending Haverford College and majoring in education or psychology. Jian Lee. Jian is planning to study business marketing in Singapore. Kayo will be attending Stevens University of Technology and majoring in electrical engineering. Jian Lee. Jian is planning to attend Monash University, Malaysia, and major in psychology. Kai Hang Nai. Kai Hang will be attending University of Southampton, Malaysia, and majoring in Bachelor of Science in Business Analytics. Yari Pang. Yari is planning to attend Taylor's University and majoring in business.
Awen Chen. Awen will be attending Monash University, Malaysia, and majoring in business management. Pure Du. Pure will be attending Imperial College London and majoring in biochemistry. Nayong Yoon. Nayong will be attending the School of the Art Institute of Chicago and majoring in visual communications design. Chuyu Wu. Chuyu is planning to attend Monash University, Malaysia, and major in finance. Jaehyun An. Jaehyun is planning to study medicine in Australia. Chloe May Albaladillo Laurel. Chloe will be attending Royal Holloway University of London and majoring in management with marketing. Row 2, please be seated. Row 3, please stand. Cheng Xuan Shao. Cheng Xuan will be attending University of New South Wales and majoring in mechanical engineering, I'm sorry. Peng Hong Lee. Peng Hong will be attending Swarthmore College and majoring in mathematics. Yushu Chu. Yushu is planning to attend the University of Warsaw and major in business and management. Hamza Mahmoud Suman. Hamza will be attending American University in Cairo and majoring in electrical engineering. Aiden Francis Kinchington. Aiden is planning to attend University of Technology, Sydney and major in computer science with quantum mechanics. Jiatian Li. Jiatian is planning to attend the University of Leeds and major in business management. Eungyong Kim. Eungyong will be attending the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology and majoring in media design. Ardacho Guy Prul. Ardacho will be attending James Cook University, Singapore and majoring in banking and finance. Yejun Jong. Yejun will be attending Purdue University and majoring in data analytics, technology, and applications. Hao Chung Tuan. Hao Chung will be attending Monash University, Australia, and majoring in teaching and finance. Row 3, please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Pethin and Ms. McRoberts.
We now invite Mr. John Georgie, Director of College Counseling, to the stage to offer the closing remarks and formally conclude today's ceremony.
On behalf of Raffles American School, I certify that each member of the class of 2026 has successfully completed the prescribed program of study and met the requirements for a WASC-accredited American high school diploma. Graduates, please rise. Now, using your left hand, please lift your tassel and move it from right to left. You are now officially conferred as graduates of the Raffles American School. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the class of 2026.
Where'd all the time gets dressed up like a pillow, so she's always